Hi guys, ooh, I just love this Timeless Memories collection from Celebr8. Here you can see all the beautiful papers, double-sided. Oh, I really love this. It's just perfect for all those old heritage photos. You know, those black and white ones, even the ones from the 70s and the 80s and the 60s and the early 90s, pre-digital. I mean, look at the chipboard, look at the resin. Let's get started. Okay, I'm just using one of the plainish background papers and I'm taking a plate. You can use any size, and I'm drawing a circle with a pencil. I'm now going to take the stencil that they have released, and you'll see there's like a part that's not a full clock, it's just like beautiful patterns. I think it's numbers or something from the clock, the Roman numbers, and I'm taking brilliant lightning black with a jumbo dauber, and I'm just going around the edge of the circle with this dauber and using the ink. The reason I chose this ink is because it's very similar to one of the colors in the papers, and it also has a beautiful shimmer. It's like this black that has a gold tint to it. It's really one of my go-to inks, and as you'll see as the movie goes along, the video, not the movie, it's a very versatile ink. So you can see there, I'm now taking the same ink and I'm using the clock. I'm trying not to go inside the circle as I want everything to be on the outside perimeter of the circle. This is just a quick and easy way to use your stencils really effectively, and we don't always just have to do a whole clock or whatever. The next color up is crimson copper. It's like this reddish copper that's the perfect color to match the papers. It looks really pink in the video, but once you actually see the color in real life, you'll see why I love it. It is just so versatile. So I'm just kind of shadowing the stencil at this stage, adding some interest. You guys must really not be afraid to do stuff like this. It's just paper and stencils and ink, and it's supposed to be relaxing and fun. Now moving on to my chipboard, I'm using the same ink pad with my same jumbo dauber. Can you see that shimmer? And I'm just dabbing it all over the chipboard randomly. I'm going to be going over to the lightning black now. You can see that I'm just adding color to certain areas and I'm leaving some areas blank. To clean my dauber just slightly, I'm rubbing it onto some old typing paper. You can clean it far better than I did, but I don't really mind if the colors blend a little bit on my dauber, because they are supposed to look as if they're blending so that we don't have definite lines. But you can see it's really an easy way to get a two-tone onto your elements without stressing too much. And these inks are fantastic. They're small little dynamites. They don't dry out easily. I really love these inks. Look at that beautiful shimmer. Just a nice touch to the page. Okay, so here I'm going to be seeing where I need to add my chipboard. I know that it's not the reason Celebr8 put this frame around all their little minis and midis and all their chipboards, but that little outside frame kind of just keeps the chipboard together while you're working with it. So if you have found that their detailed chipboard sometimes falls apart when you take it out of the frame, don't do that until you're ready to glue it. I'm just positioning everything on the page to see if I need to add a few more elements, because at this stage I'm just really keeping it nice and simple. Sorry, that ting ting, if you're hearing it, I'm doing a voiceover and that's messages or something coming through. It's very irritating. I've turned it off now. Sorry about that. So you can see I'm assembling the page. The flowers were cut from another paper in the range. They're just so beautiful. For this whole layout, I literally just used two papers, one MIDI chipboard and the stencil, and two inks. It doesn't get easier or cheaper, to be honest, than that. So I'm just placing little elements where I want them. I love to use the frame. I normally cut it up and pretend that it's a corner. So you use every piece of Celebr8. So I think that looks okay, but I'm actually noticing that my circle looks a little bit undefined. So as I'm placing this, I realize that I need to add some elements. So I'm going to be coloring the resin roses. using exactly the same inks. I'm just dabbing it with the crimson copper, and then I'm just taking some water and I'm misting it, and you can see that this ink does react with water. It is a pigment, but it reacts beautifully, and there you can see how it's spreading. So I'm just dabbing into the wetness there, just to give some highlights, and I'm just using my dauber as well to get some more ink. Okay, now I'm actually going to go over to the stamp set. As I mentioned before, my circle looks a little bit incomplete, and I'm just cutting the little fingers of the clock in half, and now I'm going to be putting it back onto the block. I've removed the one. As you know, all Celebr8 stamps come already on an acrylic block. It's just fantastic for stamping, and I'm just randomly, no, it's not random, I'm actually following my pencil outline. Sorry, but it's not meticulous, and now I'm just stamping around the circle, the outline. Remember to always put your ink onto your stamp so that you don't make a boo-boo. Using the same inks, I don't know where a clean craft sheet was at this stage, so I'm just twisting, adding some ink to the to my little piece of plastic there, adding some water, and I'm using 2 paintbrushes to add some splats because the page was a little bit unsplattered. Now I felt it needed something there, so I'm just splatting, and now I wiped it off quickly, and I'm using the crimson copper, repeating the step. As you can see, guys, minimal supplies for maximum effect. You don't always have to have 20 different inks. I know it's nice to have them, but you don't have to pull them all out to make a layout. Okay, so I'm chalking here with my lightning black and my same dauber that I've been using, because when I actually placed the elements onto the page, I felt that the roses did need to be chalked so that their outline can be more definitive on the page. I don't always chalk. It depends on what kind of look I'm trying to achieve, but with this it actually did make a difference in the end on the page. So I'm even chalking my little bracket because it gives some depth, and that's it. Now you can see I'm trying to show you the shimmer there. I really hope that you can actually see it, but I don't know, on the videos you can't always see everything. Okay, so I've added Tombow to all my elements, and I've left it to become tacky so that if I need to move something I can actually do that. And I forgot to take a photo of the layout before I when I placed it earlier, so now I'm just randomly placing flowers. And sorry, there's another twing. I do hope you can't hear all of those. Anyway, so you can see that now I'm placing the flowers around the photo, which is my focal point, and now I'm unsure where that one's supposed to go, so I just leave it. And there goes the bracket. I think I need to put the little flowers somewhere. Now I can't remember where I had them previously, if I did even have them. And I'm sure I had a button in a different spot, but oh well, it's not the end of the world. Oh, and see there's the timeless memories. That actually comes from the the barcode strip. I actually cut that out. I thought it just looked really cute, and that flower, I don't know if that's going to go anywhere. Okay, we can pop that in there. Yes, and there goes the little numbers. I have to put them somewhere, and I think that's probably okay. I'll maybe give it some tweaking. Those little flowers are just, don't you guys always struggle with placement? It might look easy, but trust me, it's not that easy to place the elements. It's always a bit of a moving around and fooling around until it looks right. But I think that looks okay. I just need to add my bracket, and I don't think I want to be stuck at what's that, 12:10. So let's just move that clock around a little bit, and there you have it. There's the final product. Hope you enjoyed it. I've added the lists of the products that I used at the end. Ask your local retailer to order it for you.